Okay, I'm going to run into Thrift Store City. This is the place with the really loud music, so I'll probably have to do a voiceover. And then if I buy anything, I'll show it in the car. But anyway, we're going to go in and hopefully they've got some great stuff. This is a Friday. I don't usually go on Friday, so we'll see what they have. Okay, here we go. Well, there was no getting out of doing a voiceover. But anyway, I found this Blue Ridge pottery plate. It was 75 cents. It's more like a salad plate or something like that. And I decided to go ahead and grab it for 75 cents because I know that some of these pieces can be worth a lot. I know that people are collecting, like collect it. Some of these patterns are retired. So this one's called Red Nocturne, but I really haven't looked enough to see if it's, if it's something that can be easily found. Now, this is a piece of German porcelain, and I really like the German porcelain, but I've got quite a few pieces, and it just depends on what it is, if people are going to be interested in it or not. That one, I didn't think it was that pretty, so I definitely put it back. In these, I think I looked at these last time, but I just thought they were interesting, but not interesting enough, obviously. Now, I saw this bowl. I could not read the name on the bottom of it. I tried. I stared at it and stared at it. It looks old to me, and it reminds me of Chinese pottery, but like a footed bowl there. But for the life of me, I couldn't read it. It could have been something that someone, did in their kitchen. I'm not sure, but I really liked it. But since it didn't really have a design or anything like that, I decided to go ahead and put it back. And again, I couldn't figure out the name. I did like the glaze on it though. I thought that was really cute. Now the plate is just okay, but I liked how they did the vegetables on there. I thought the peas were very clever, and it was $1.98. It was Portugal. And I was so surprised that it was just like this common looking plate. It wasn't chipped, but it had some kind of stain right there. I'm not sure what it was. I think it was like glue, but those peas were so cute. But I decided not to get it. That stuff chips really easily. I just put that back with the rest. And I thought that was something, but no. No, I'm just trying to go slow. I'm trying to make you guys not so sick. So now I saw this. It looked interesting. It looks like a founding father or someone from the 1700s, but it didn't have a mark. It looked like it had a mark for a moment, but I don't think it was a mark. It was just kind of where they probably snapped it off or something. It didn't grind it all the way down. Now, I saw this. I thought that was really interesting. I'm glad you guys can't hear the sound because you would be cringing right now because that spoon clanked around. I even took the part out so you wouldn't see me butchering it. But it did have a chip. I didn't cause a chip, but I'm sure someone else did what I did. It was just really hard to get your hand on it and flip it over. I think it said Portugal on the bottom. They had a lot of different kinds of like sugar bowls and creamers and things like that look like fruit. I don't know. Maybe it was someone's collection that they turned in. Now, this was just something more I don't remember what it said on the bottom, but it was just something more modern. That was plastic. And I thought it was. But you just have to touch it. Sometimes you'll be surprised. This was a cute little miniature tea set. But the more I looked at it, I don't think it was resin, but I think that someone did that themselves. It was cute. It looked like all the pieces were there. I used to love like little tea sets. I used to collect them. Now that, I wanted to see if that was what that was. It's Teleflora. I was kind of surprised. No, this looked like it said made in Holland. It looked like something Delft, or I'm not sure. But the bottom of it said like handcrafted or something like that. And then I noticed that bean pot, but it had a big chip on the lid. I would have grabbed it. It was from Mexico, but it did have a big chip on the lid. And then that just turned out to be like resin or something. It's got a big magnolia on the front. See, there's a creamer back there with apples on it. I like that. It looked like a bird nest, but then it was from Ross and it felt like it was super lightweight. I thought that was Italian. I think it said made in China on the bottom. Or Spain. I think Spain does a lot of those. Oh, I'm just telling everybody my purse is I always strap it in with the kids, the child strap. If I put it, I sometimes I wear it, but it was getting heavy that day and I decided to take it off, but I always strap it in. And those were ended up being something modern. That was like a unicorn bucking or something. I thought that was kind of funny. In this, I don't know. I thought it was an elephant. I think it's an elephant, but the more I look at it, is it a pig? I don't know. It looks like a combination between the two. That looked interesting for a moment. The fish had like these felt fins, and I guess he was supposed to look like a lure. And there was like a little fishing basket, but it said made in China on it. So I decided to put that back. That must not have been that interesting. Put it back pretty quickly. These monkeys, I see these everywhere. I don't know what they are. They have a whole incense burner, maybe a candle. I don't know. Those little vases, I think they were plastic. There were lots of bags of them. I don't know why they were what you would use them for. That was Teleflora. That was cute. I probably should have looked at that a little closer. It's a looks like a cricket grasshopper on it, but I couldn't tell. Did someone make that? That was nothing. And that is about it. Okay, so I'm back to my trusty brick wall. There was not enough room and too many people to be able to film behind the counter today. So, but I did pick up some items, so I want to go through those with you. And for some weird reason, most of them are animals, but we'll go through. I ended up buying there were two different sales that I made. So the first one, I bought several items in. The total was around $50. Then the second one, I was walking out and I saw another item that I wanted to grab, so that was $14. But anyway, we'll go through the $50 first. So I saw this. So this is like an old colonial kind of revolver. You know, back when they had muskets, that's kind of the style. But I'm assuming it's a toy. But look how great shape it is. So it's even got like the ramrod here. The girl told me she thought it was a BB gun, but if I put the ramrod in the barrel, it's stopped. Like, I don't know where you would load BBs into it. I thought it was going to be a lighter. She had two other ones that were lighters. I did not get those because they definitely weren't the quality of this. But look at that. That is so great. Now, I can actually pull the hammers back. And then you can pull the trigger. And one hammer will go down and then the other one. It's got the name Pirate on it. So, and it just looks like it probably is older. I didn't have a chance to look it up yet. But I'm hoping that I didn't waste my money. I spent $29.96 on it. Now, it's greatly made. There is nothing wrong with it either. So hopefully that'll do okay. But definitely think it's a toy. It's very heavy too. It's really nicely made. Okay, so there's that. I think you saw this. I was able to film this. This is a Blue Ridge pottery plate. Now that I'm feeling a chip in it right there, but it's on the underneath. So, but it does have a chip. It was 75 cents. How could you go wrong? I almost put it back. And now I wish I would have, but that's okay. Because I didn't think I was going to buy anything else. But I ended up keeping it. Then I saw this. Look at that guy. And I was like, I bet that's Mexico pottery. And it still has the sticker. It actually doesn't look as old as I thought it was going to be. It says Mazart. And it does say Collection of Mexico. It is signed by the artist. There is nothing wrong with it. I looked him over really well to make sure none of his toes were re-glued back on. He was $12.96. But I thought he was great because you usually see the birds and stuff, but not a frog. So hopefully I did okay there. So then the last thing that was in the $50 was this duck. He is like marble. He's black. He's really pretty. I paid $3.98 for him, so I think that was a good deal. I couldn't find any chips on him. He does look like he needs to be cleaned, but other than that, he is in great condition. He's really pretty. Okay, so then I'm walking out the door, so that was $50. And I'm putting my basket back, and they usually keep like some sofas and stuff up in the front, and up there was this guy. Big Panther. I mean, he does have some condition issues, but I was willing to take a chance because they had him at $14.96. He's got this beautiful enameled collar. He looks like he probably had a chain and maybe babies with him, which I have two babies, but I don't know if they used to be on a chain, but they don't have the collar like that. But I do have two black Panther babies. He does have a made in Japan sticker there on the bottom, and he has got a jewel for his eye, green, but he's missing the jewel on this side. So that's all I could find wrong with them, is he's missing his family and no jewel for an eye. But you could easily put him this way, or you could probably easily find another jewel to replace on this side. But I thought for $14.96, I know these can go for quite a bit, not quite a bit, but I thought I'd take a chance. Now, he feels really greasy on the back, so I think he's been around for a while. I would say probably 50s, 60s. And anyway, I decided to go ahead and grab him. So that was it for Thrift Store City. But anyway, thanks for coming along, and I will see you guys soon.